Hi, hello and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here then hi, my name's Zoe, please subscribe. I post videos on Mondays, Wednesdays, Saturdays and Sundays, and at the moment Saturdays and Sundays are primarily true crime videos, and on Sundays, like today's video, I am updating my series, and the series is Serial Killer Sunday. So every Sunday until I run out of cases I will be doing a Serial Killer Sunday. So today we are talking about a true crime video, so I'd just like to give my normal disclaimer that I don't want to cause anybody any harm by doing these videos. I'm simply compiling them together for educational purposes, just to put out there so then people know about the case. It's nothing against anybody that's involved. There is another disclaimer in my description box as well. So in this video we are talking about death, so if that's not something that is your sort of thing, then please click off this video and go and watch one of my previous videos. There is loads on my channel and loads of different content. So let's get right into the video. So today we are talking about the chessboard killer, and this is quite a shocking case. It's a Russian case, so some of the names I may not be able to pronounce. So Alexander Pichushkin was born on the 9th of April in 1974 in Moscow in Russia. So as a child he was very likeable and he was initially sociable with other children, but that all changed when he had an accident and he fell off a swing. The swing had hit him in the forehead, and this kind of changed his life forever, because it is known in science that as a child, especially as a child, if you have an accident to the front of your brain, it will change your life and it will make you have more aggressive tendencies, and it is known to cause aggression in people. After the accident, Alexander became very impulsive and hostile. He was bullied quite a lot at school as well. He was always known as that retard, and the older kids would always pick on him. So this made Alexander's mother decide to take him out of mainstream school and put him into a disability school that supports people with disabilities and learning disabilities. So Alexander's grandfather noticed when Alexander was growing up that he was a very intelligent boy, and he believed that at school and at home his intelligence wasn't being used to his full potential. He wasn't getting the support that he needed in school. So his grandfather decided that Alexander would be best if he lived with himself, so he moved into his grandfather's home. So he started to get involved in things outside of school. He loved to play chess and he was really good at playing it as well. He would play in competitions against older men, and a lot of the times he would win, and his grandfather was quite proud of how well he played chess. He used chess as a channel for his aggression, for a pastime to get away from all the bullying at school. So unfortunately, even though he'd moved schools, the bullying still continued outside of school. The kids that were bullying him in his old school were still bullying him all the way through his life, all the way through his teenage years and growing up. So after the death of his grandfather in his early teens, and then the death of his dog, who was kind of like his best friend, Alexander turned to alcohol. He turned to vodka, and he used to drink large quantities of vodka, and even though he had aggressive tendencies in the first place, the alcohol would make that worse, so he was a lot more aggressive. So he was feeling like he had nobody to support him, nobody to keep him on the straight and narrow, and eventually the anger and all the feelings that he was feeling got the better of him. So in 1992, at the age of 18, Alexander killed his first victim. He killed a school friend, and I believe he pushed her out a window and they thought it was suicide and something along them lines, but there isn't a lot online to research about that. So after this incident, Alexander took a 9-year break from killing. He just stopped. He didn't kill anybody else. Just living a normal life. He would attend school. He was a quiet person. He just kept out the way of everybody, and he led a quiet life up until 2001, when his anger would again reach boiling point. So Alexander would target elderly, homeless people, and he would use alcohol to lure them in. So after drinking with them, he would kill them. He would use a hammer to beat them to death, and then he would put the vodka bottle into one of the open wounds, and this became his signature trademark. Whenever a body was found and it had this vodka bottle in one of the wounds, they then knew that it was the same. The police then knew it was the same person. So the media had speculated that he was inspired by other serial killers and that motivated him, because it almost seemed like a competition. He was trying to outkill other serial killers, and I suppose that motivated him to kill more people. He would always attack from behind, and he did this so that there was an element of surprise, and this way there would be less blood and evidence on his own clothing. He also started to change the type of people he would target as well. He did start to target women and children. His last killing was in 2006. 36-year-old Marina Moscovia. She was found brutally murdered in Bitzer Park. Like all his previous murders, Marina also had the trademarks, the signature trademarks of the same serial killer. When police were investigating the case, they found a train ticket in Marina's pocket, and this led them to check the CCTV at Moscow metro station. And this is when they found CCTV of Marina walking along the platform with Alexander. On the 16th of June 2006, Alexander was arrested. So he led police officers to where the locations of the murders were, and he then acted out what he would do to his victims whilst police officers filmed him. And this is usual in Russian criminal cases. I'm not too sure why they do this. Maybe it's if they have a confession, it's just for extra proof, but it is a common step in their investigations. So he also revealed that he killed other people without using his preferred method, using a hammer. He would purposely throw people down into a network of sewers, and obviously the fall would kill them, but there was one victim that survived that ordeal. So he explained that when he was killing people, it felt like God was choosing whether that person would live or die. He also had a chessboard that he would tick off a square every time that he killed somebody, hence the reason why he was dubbed the chessboard killer. So he also stated that a life without killing people would be like a life without food for other people, and he also said that he felt like a father to his victims because he opened another world for his victims. I'm not too sure what he meant by that. A psychiatric clinic did find Alexander as sane. They did say though that he was suffering with personality disorder, and he was also suffering with a narcissistic personality disorder.
This is Pichushkin's moment in the limelight, and he plays it to the full. He is asked if he has any regrets.
Pichushkin paused for a minute and then said, "Yes, I do regret one thing. I regret you arrested me so early. I was planning to murder another woman in 2 days' time."
He showed absolutely no remorse.
Учитывая повышенную опасность совершенных преступлений, исключительно опасность для общества самого виновного, суд в целях восстановления социальной справедливости и предупреждения совершения новых преступлений считает необходимым назначить Пичушкину за совершение особо тяжких преступлений, повлекших массовую гибель людей, пожизненное лишение свободы.
On the 24th of October 2007, Alexander was convicted of 49 murders and 3 attempted murders. So when in the trial, he did ask the Russian court to add 11 claimed murders to his death toll, and that brought his claimed death toll up to 60. He was sentenced to life in prison, and 15 years of this was to be spent in solitary confinement. Now, the reason they put him in solitary confinement was obviously to protect him, because he was a murderer and he did target, I suppose, women and children. They would try and protect them prisoners, because other prisoners consider that the worst type of crime. If you target children, they consider it really, really bad, so they will set out to beat them up or kill them and things like that. So that's possibly why they did that and why they put him in there, but I'm not too sure whether it was just punishment or for his protection. So that is all for this case, and that is all for today's Serial Killer Sunday. Now, I'm struggling to find unpopular cases that people actually want to see, So if you know of any less popular cases but really interesting cases, drop a comment down below, or go to my Twitter, send me a tweet. I'm always active on my Twitter, so I'll be able to see them and I can possibly cover your case. And if there is a normal true crime video that you do want to see, what's not necessarily a serial killer video, also let me know, because I can post that on a Saturday. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, please subscribe, and I shall see you in my next video.